Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. So lovely to meet you. My name is Tabs and I am the maker and creator behind Safari Stitches. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back, my friends. I hope you are buckled in. I hope you have some whips. Today's video is a really fun one. I have been wanting to do a 24-hour crochet challenge for the longest time. And quite frankly, it's one of those things. I work full time and I am obviously not going to be doing like 24 hours straight. I can't do it. My brain can't do it. My fingers can't do it. I just get so tired and exhausted easily. And there's no way I'm crocheting for 24 straight hours. So what we'll do is I'm going to set a timer for 24 hours and I'm going to hit go, crochet for the challenge. And then when I take a break, I'm going to pause it. And the break may be an hour, it may be 6 hours, it may be a whole day. I don't know. But I'm only crocheting for 24 hours and we're doing a very specific theme for this 24-hour challenge. You guys know, if you've been watching, that I have a very, very busy market schedule for the fall season. When we come back from the UK, I have basically 4 weeks to prep for back-to-back double booth space markets, one of which I've never done before, so it's kind of like a toss-up on whether or not it's going to be decent. The second one I did very, 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 very well at last year. So we have a lot of stuff to get done. So today we are focusing on the Mini Mons. I want to have a full-blown display of mini Pokemon at my next market. I am literally thinking like a full bookshelf with these adorable little signs next to each Pokemon and be like, okay, here's Pikachu, here's Totodile, here's the Eevee, here's Evolutions, here's Togepi. I was corrected in one of my videos that it's Togepi. Oh my gosh, I'm probably still pronouncing it wrong. Togepi. Togepi. I don't know. I was corrected that Togepi is incorrect, so please don't come for me for mispronouncing it. Togepi, I think is what it is. I don't know. Hopefully I got it at least somewhat closer. But I want to have these cute little signs, like acrylic signs, set up next to each Pokemon and let people like basically shop their Pokemon. They can pick whatever they want. Now, these patterns are all by Bekmadestudio. I've pattern tested a couple of them for her and I absolutely love them. I literally own every single one. I've bought the patterns. She did gift me a pattern and then I've pattern tested for her. So I have the patterns. There's, I think, like 30 in total. I don't know. It's crazy. It's such a great collection and I'm obsessed with them. You guys know I love them so much. So we are going to go through and I want to have at least 5 of each made. So I have some that I need to restock for from my last market, and then we're going to work our way down the list and we're just going to go nuts on these Pokemon. I'm really excited. There's a few that I probably will not add to the rotation just for time commitment. Like I know there's a couple of the evolutions that involve a little bit more sewing and I probably will not include those in these. We're going to stick to some easy ones. It's kind of cheating, but I don't really care. This is my challenge, so I can do whatever I want. I'm going to make the list of the Pokemon that I want to make, and then how many I need to restock of the ones that I have currently, and let you guys know how it goes. I'm kind of excited to do this. Let me know in the comments if you have ever done like a 24-hour challenge before. Maybe like you wanted to make some bigger items and you challenged yourself to get as many done as you possibly can. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you're working on while you were watching. Hopefully you have something really fun to work on and we're going to just jump right into it. Good morning, friends. It is the next day since I recorded that intro. Please ignore the pom-pom on my head because your girl woke up and was not feeling the hair today. So I just wanted to come and give you an update. Oh my gosh, this is going to distract me. Maybe if I just like sit up like this so you can't see it. I don't really care. I know y'all don't care either. You're here just for the content. I know. I wanted to come on and give you an update because I made a list. There is, in fact, 30 different patterns, including the Pokeball pattern that she has that's included with each pack that you buy. I'm going to list off all of the patterns that are on the list of what I would like to make. There are 24 of them, times 5, because I want to make 5 of each. Well, technically, some of these are already in stock, so I don't need to make any of them. But the ones that I would like to have at my market are the following: Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, Togepi, and Snorlax. Those are the 5 that I took to my last market. I am pretty sure I have all the Togepis. I think that's how you say it. I need to make at least 1 Snorlax, 3 Bulbasaur, 4 Squirtle, and 4 Charmanders. I need to double check those quantities. And then the stuff that I've never made before, or that I have, doesn't matter. Lapras, I have none. Cyndaquil, I have none. Totodile, I only have the one I made when I tested. Blossom, Chikorita, Meowth, Mew, Phanpy, Gengar, Piplup, Psyduck, Eevee, Pikachu, Espeon, Flareon, Glaceon, Jolteon, I have one of, Leafeon, Umbreon. Those are the ones that I want to have in stock. And then once I'm done, I'm probably just going to make as many Pokeballs as I could possibly make and just have like a basket. And I think my plan, so I sell these for $16 a piece. Most of these are low. So there's one, I think Sylveon it's not marked LOSO at all. So I believe, I haven't made that one yet, but I believe that one is fairly involved. So there are 5 that I am not including, and it's mostly because I feel like they are not quite as well known. Hold on. Anyways, as I was saying, I feel like they're either a little bit too involved for what I'm looking for right now, or I just feel like they may not be as popular, but there's only 5 of them. It's Oshawott, which is the one he looks like an otter. Chespin, I don't know. I can't remember what that one looks like. Rowlet looks like an owl. And then the 2 evolutions that I am not going to be making for right now are Vaporeon and Sylveon. And that's mostly because, well, Sylveon has a lot of sewing involved. Vaporeon looks like it's going to take me a little bit longer than... just because of all of the fin details and all of that. So anyways, I have a long list. Like I said, the first 5 I listed, I do have some in stock. I know Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle were really good sellers at my last market, so I need to just double check and verify the quantities that I have. And then Totodile and Jolteon, I have 1 each of. I want 5 each of all of these. Some of this list may change because obviously they are very color specific. So I need to make sure, I'm going to literally go through this list and look and see if I have the right colors to make each item. And then if I do, I'm going to put a check mark next to it and see if I can eliminate some more that way. And then hopefully today I am at work. Well, I am working today, so I'm not really going to be able to sit down and dedicate a chunk of time to getting things made today until probably later this afternoon. But I am going to, at the very least, finalize my list of what I would like to make for this challenge. I only have 24 hours to work on this stuff, so I want to make sure that I have a really solid list. I don't remember exactly how long each one takes me. So that's also going to come into play. I don't know if I may focus on the no-sew ones first because those will be a lot quicker. I know that's kind of cheating, but I really want to get as many done as I can possibly can in this video. So, okay, so I've gone through and I think instead of overwhelming myself and saying what I want to make, I'm going to pick one at a time. and I'm going to pull the yarn, and I'm going to get set up, and then we're going to hit go on the timer, and we're going to finish all of one before I move on to the next. So I've picked my first victim, and it's going to be Pikachu. We're going to make 5 Pikachus. I don't know how much we're actually going to get through each day. Honestly, I'm a little bit nervous that we're not going to be able to finish this before I go out of town, because I feel like 24 hours of time is quite a time commitment, especially with a full-time job. So we're going to see how this goes. This may turn into a 12-hour crochet challenge, which honestly, now that I'm saying that out loud, sounds a little bit more reasonable for me with my schedule. So I'm going to pull my yarn, get set up, find my crochet hook because it's not here and I need to find it. And then I will touch base with you guys in a second.
She's used to falling all alone, watching her animated shows. You'll find her dancing in the streets with her headphones on a Saturday night. She's gonna keep you on your toes while she's a rescue in the world.
Okay, I want to apologize in advance because apparently the last 3 or 4 days has been the day of everything running out of battery, and my camera battery died, and my battery charger got unplugged. So I didn't have a battery, but I did continue. I promise I did not cheat, but we are 55 minutes into my timer. Almost an hour, and this is what I have gotten done of the Pikachu parts so far. I got all 10 of the little ears done, and I got 5 tails done in 55 minutes. So honestly, I'm not mad about it. What is that? 55 minutes, 5, so that's 11 minutes per pair of ears and tail. Not bad. Not bad at all. Hello. We are back at it. So I'm about to get set up. Like I said, it's been a day and a half since the last time I filmed, and we're still here. I haven't touched it like I promised. I also haven't touched my timer. Ooh, I'm on 7% battery. I'm gonna have to go get my charger so we can do this. But haven't touched my timer. So we're about to get right back into it, finishing these Pikachus, and we will see how long it takes me to get all 5 of these completely finished, and then we have to decide what we're going to move on to next. So let me go grab a charger and get all set up here, and then we're going to jump right in.
Something's pulling me into your body. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you. I'm floating with you. Thinking about to pass out, fall asleep to your side. Waking up in the clouds, then I'm kissing your mouth. I don't wanna come down, I ain't leaving you now. We're always dancing out of rhythm. We're always similar but different, yeah. Wrestling with all our emotions until we figure it out. Something's pulling me into your body. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you. I'm floating with you. Meet me out on the coast, get you out of the cold. Beautiful in the glow, hanging off of your shoulders, leaving you a love note. Find it when you get home, yeah. We're always dancing out of rhythm. We're always
Okay, I'm pausing. I got one completely finished, and I got one made. It just needs to be stuffed and woven in. We have, we're an hour and a half in. It's taking me a lot longer to make these than I thought it would, but I'm going to push pause because I'm hungry. I'm ready for dinner. And then I will probably pick this back up tomorrow because I need to make some custom orders tonight. So I'll see you guys then. Okay. Hi. Hello, everybody. I have very seriously slacked on this challenge thus far. Now, that not to say that I've been cheating, but I haven't come back to this as frequently as I was hoping. I was really hoping to have gotten at least halfway through this challenge by now because it's been a few days. However, we're still in the same exact spot. We have one little Pikachu finished, and then we have all of these bits and pieces still left. So I am about to get all of this queued back up, get my iPad set up with the timer going. We still have 10 and a half hours left of this challenge. I would like to try and get through at least another 2 hours worth of this challenge today. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but it's only 1:35. So I'm thinking I do need to run to the post office, but I might not do that today. I might wait until tomorrow to do that, which gives me a little bit more time to work on some other stuff. So it's been a little bit chaotic, I can't lie. I feel a little bit scatterbrained, but we're going to make it. We're going to get through this list. We're going to continue working on these little Pikachus, and then we've got to decide what we're going to work on next after that. I have an idea, but I'm not 100% certain the route that I want to go yet. So let me grab my iPad, get all set up, ready to go, and we're going to get to working. right, stop the clock. Because we are done with these guys. We got 5. 5 of them are completely done. All ends are weaved and clipped, and they are perfect, and I love them. I've never made the Pikachu before, so this is exciting for me. But we got all 5 of them finished, and it took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. We have 9 hours and 24 minutes left. So those took me just over 2.5 hours. Granted, the first one that I did, I struggled to get going. I don't know what was going on. And then at one point, one of the ears, I think when I finished the last round of one of the ears, I tightened it and it got really small, so it was really hard for me to find the correct stitches to actually crochet into. Not that I'm making excuses. And honestly, 2.5 hours, like that's 30 minutes per little dude. I didn't think they were going to take that long each, just because they're pretty simple and straightforward. So that's very interesting to me that they did take that long. But I am going to add him into my bucket to be photographed. Let's go to my list, and we're going to cross off Pikachu. I think we might do Psyduck next. He is also, I think, no-so. Yeah, he is also no-so. So I think I am going to work on Psyduck next. So I'm going to make my little boxes next to Psyduck. We need to make 5. Let me switch some things around, put away the yarn that I don't need for this guy, and then we're going to carry on working.
Something's pulling me into your body. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you. I'm floating with you. Thinking about to pass out, fall asleep to your side. Waking up in the clouds, then I'm kissing your mouth. I don't wanna come down. I ain't leaving you now. We're always dancing out of rhythm. We're always similar but different, yeah. Wrestling with all our emotions until we figure it out. Something's pulling me into your body. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you. I'm floating with you. Meet me out on the coast, get you out of the cold. Beautiful in the glow, hanging off of your shoulders, leaving you with love, no. Find it when you get home, yeah. We're always dancing out of rhythm. We're always similar but different, yeah. Wrestling with all our emotions until we figure it out. Some
All right, I have pushed pause on the timer because I just ran into something. But we are officially just under 4 hours in. We have 8 hours and 18 minutes really to go. I think I said, what did I say? The Pikachus took me just over 2.5 hours. So we're an hour and a half in. I have 3 of the little Psyducks made at the current moment. I still have to do the little tuft of hair on the top. So I've got 3 of those put together, except for the hair. I'm almost done with the 4th one, and I looked down and I noticed, oh yeah, it comes across on camera, that this has a stripe of dirty yarn. I don't really know how to describe it. I am going to frog back down to where the dirt is and cut that part out and then keep going. It is currently 4 o'clock. I'm going for 2.5 hours. My hand is starting to hurt ever so slightly. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up and then take a break for the night, which I think will probably get me down to 8 hours or so left on the timer, probably a little bit more than that. It would probably only take me a couple of minutes to finish the body of this guy. Obviously, I have one more to put together, and then I need to do a little tuft of hair on the top. So not that much to go, but I do need to take a break. I fear. I want to go make a matcha, I think. Anyways, I'm getting tired. My camera battery is about to die. So I am going to change out batteries really quick before I get started again. And then we're going to get this guy ramped up. Good morning. We woke up this morning. We finished the 5th and final Psyduck body, and you just saw me make the little tufts of hair on the top of his head. Please excuse the whining in the background. Miss Rosie has a little bit of an owie on her face, so she has been taken to the vet this morning. So I'm hanging out with the other hooligan, and she has separation anxiety, so she is just crying and crying and crying. Inconsolable child, basically, aren't you? Yeah. Where are you going? There's just fluff on the floor. Hey, do you want to come and say hi to everybody? Sadie, say hi. Say hi to everybody. I know, you're stressed, aren't you? You're stressed. You don't see her very frequently in my videos because she doesn't come in my studio very often due to the fact that this is just kind of Rosie's sanctuary. If you've been here for a while, you know that her and Rosie do not get along They can't be left unattended because this one decides that Rosie says something wrong and just, So Sadie doesn't show up very frequently, but she is here. She does exist. But if you've seen behind me, like the baby gate that goes across the door, that's why the baby gate is there, is to keep Sadie out and not keep Rosie in. Rosie loves it in here. Like, I mean, you guys have seen her in my videos. She just like passes out and she sleeps all day and hangs out with me in here. So it's, yeah, anyways, I digress. So we are going to get these guys finished up. I don't know if you can really see here, but we are over 4 hours in, about 4 hours and 10 minutes in, and we are about to get these guys wrapped up. They're pretty cute. So I have 4 left to put the little hairs on, and then we will be moving on to the next project, which is really exciting.
Something's pulling me into your body. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you. I'm floating with you. Thinking about to pass out, fall asleep to your side, waking up in the clouds, then I'm kissing your mouth. I don't wanna come down, I ain't leaving you now. We're always dancing out of rhythm. We're always similar but different, yeah. Wrestling with all our emotions until we figure it out.
Okay, so I finished the side ducks. All 5 are finished. They're so cute. The little tufts of hair were a lot easier the more that I did, so it was a little tricky to kind of figure out hook placement because of how tight I did the magic circle at the beginning of the head. So I had to kind of go underneath some of the different loops of the stitches in the magic ring to make it work. So they're done. 10 of these guys are finished. We are at 742 left. So I have decided already on the next one. Let me put these guys, whoopsies, need to empty me a little bath. Get over here. But I have decided to make Gengar is next. He is another no-sew pattern. It looks like you make his tongue first and then crochet it into the body. So hopefully it'll be another quick one. Anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm about to get started on Gengar, so I'm going to make all of his little tongues, and then we're going to put him together and hopefully get this done fairly quickly. I don't know. I feel like these are taking longer than I anticipated that they would. I don't know. I really don't. So, like I said, 7 hours and 42 minutes left, and we're going to get started on Gengar next.
Something's pulling me into your body. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you. I'm floating with you. Thinking about to pass out, fall asleep to your side. Waking up in the clouds, then I'm kissing your mouth. I don't wanna come down. I ain't leaving you now. No. We're always dancing out of rhythm. We're always similar but different, yeah. Wrestling with all our emotions until we figure it out. Something's pulling me into your body. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you. I'm floating with you. Meet me out on the coast, get you out of the cold. Beautiful in the glow, hanging off of your shoulders, leaving you a love note. Find it when you get home, yeah. We're always dancing out of rhythm. We're always similar but different, yeah. Wrestling with all our emotions until we figure it out. Something's pulling me into your body. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you. I'm floating with you. Walking on the moon when you say you love me. I can't help but feel like I'm floating with you.
Okay, my girl is back. Rosie. Nice. Rosie. So it turns out, we did decide to take her to the vet. I don't know if I've already really talked about this, but we did decide to just go ahead and take her to the vet today. She has like a walnut sized lump on the side of her face, and it's very tender and very painful to the touch for her. And she had, on the opposite side, she had an infection in one of her teeth like 6 months ago, and we did a round of antibiotics and it got rid of it. And that flared up a few weeks ago, but it kind of disappeared on its own. And then this one showed up, and I thought it was going to be the same thing, that it would just kind of flare up and then go, like maybe like a bone that we had given her or like a treat or something had kind of like irritated something and just made it swell up. It didn't go away. So she has quite a large, like a sizable bump on the side of her face. So we went ahead and took her to the vet this morning. And she has 2 teeth that have abscesses, and apparently like it's just like normal wear and tear. It's not like, I was worried that it was something that we had done, but apparently it's just like maybe a bone was too hard or something. And we try not to give them like really hard bones, and we don't give them rawhide. So I don't know which bones caused it. We're obviously going to be a little bit more careful with the ones that we buy, because Rosie doesn't like toys, but she loves treats. So we give her those all the time. Not all the time. Oh my gosh, this sounds crazy. So she's going to have to go back. But since we're going out of town, they were like, well, we'll just do like a really strong round of antibiotics to help bring the swelling down. And she's got like a painkiller that will help with the tenderness of it. I don't know where that cut off, but I guess my mic dongle died. But they did have to sedate her, poor thing. But like I was saying, the person that's staying at my parents' house with Rosie, and my parents' dog loves dogs and animals and has absolutely no problem giving her antibiotics and a painkiller twice a day. So we're squared away. We're good to go. Everything is fine. The vet said that it was fine. He was like, you could even wait up to a month if you wanted to before you have the dental done. But she is, like, they did have to sedate her when she went this morning. So she's a little bit dopey and acting a little bit drunk. So she's in here. I brought one of, like, the comfier beds in here for her to kind of just, like, chill out away from her sister. and just kind of fully wake up from the sedation. But bless her heart, she's over here snoring like a freight train. So, but everything's fine. She's fine. The vet said it was nothing to worry about, that it's normal. And when we get back from our trip, I'm going to have to schedule a day to take her in to have her obviously sedated so that they can, he said they're going to try and save both teeth, but he thinks one is definitely going to have to come out. The one that's really bad apparently is like fully broken. And then the other one, he said they're going to try and save, but apparently the teeth that are damaged are not like detrimental to her being able to eat properly and all that. Like, we won't have to change her diet or anything. And she's fully eating like kibble the whole 9 yards. So clearly it doesn't actually bother her that much. It's just like the root system, I think, that's infected. So that's the update, because I know she's like the channel mascot and you guys care about seeing her every time I come on more than you care about seeing me. So, which is fine. I don't blame you at all. I would do the same thing. But that's the Rosie update. So she's currently just absolutely zonked sitting next to me right now. Peace and quiet. But I wanted to give you an update. So I got all 5 of, I need to kind of like play around with how the picot stitches are sitting on the top of his head, but I got all 5 of them done. Finito. Pretty productive day today so far. I feel pretty good. This is where we are sitting. Let me grab my timer. We are 5 hours and 45 minutes into our 12-hour challenge, which is exciting. And we've gotten 15 done. So that's going to be, I don't know how long those ones took. Hold on.
So, what did I first? The Pikachu's took 2.5 hours. The Psyducks took just over 2 hours. So we went 4.5, we're 5 hours and 45 minutes in. So, does that mean it took me an hour and a half to finish all 5 of those? Gosh. Is that right? I wouldn't be surprised, because they were just, like, intensely easy. Hold on, math. Wait, no, hold on. Oh my gosh, why is this so hard? So it took 2.5 hours to finish the Pikachu. That doesn't sound right. Is that right? 2.5 hours for the Pikachu? Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Did it really take 2.5 hours for the Pikachu? Because it was half an hour a piece, right? Yeah, so 2.5 hours. And then it was just over 2 hours. Oh my god, why is this so freaking difficult for me to math right now? So that's 4.5 hours. And yeah, so an hour and 15 minutes. Is that right? I think that's right. Why am I having such a hard time with this right now? So we're at 5 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah, hour and 15 minutes for those. So those are really, really quick. So what is that? That would be...
So those took 15 minutes a piece. That just seems kind of strange that they were that quick compared to the rest, because I feel like, I don't know, maybe they were pretty, I mean, really easy. I mean, literally the tongue took about 30 seconds. The body was super straightforward. There wasn't a lot of like increasing, decreasing, and all that stuff. And then this is just surface crocheted. I mean, okay, so we'll be conservative and just say they took under 20 minutes a piece. So if you're looking for really quick make, Gengar, actually she calls him No So Ghosty, but yeah, I'm kind of obsessed, can't lie. So that's 15 of these guys done. I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. I feel very accomplished, and I feel like I'm feeling pretty good about the amount of stuff that I'm getting done. They are taking, like, especially the Pikachus, those took longer than I was expecting them to, because it's a pretty straightforward pattern. But all in all, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good so far.
All right, my friends, that is where we're going to wrap up this video for right now. I severely overestimated how much crocheting I actually get done during the week, but honestly, this was like crazy eye-opening for me because I felt like I was spending so much time crocheting. Granted, I have been working on custom orders on the side, so it's hard to kind of balance getting custom orders done and out the door while also trying to film a very specific YouTube video. Plus trying to also manage market prepping and all the other fun stuff that I have going on in my life right now. So this was extremely eye-opening for me, I must say, because like I said, I genuinely thought I would be able to delusionally thought I was going to get 24 hours of crocheting done in a week, which is clearly not the case. I can barely even get 6 hours done in a week. So apparently so. I don't know. This is part 1. I'm still going to continue this video, so don't worry. But today is Sunday, and we leave in 2 days to go out of the country, and there's just no way I'm going to get another 6 hours of crocheting done between now and then with trying to get 7 custom orders out on Etsy as well. I've got to get them all pretty much made today so I can ship tomorrow and Tuesday. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I hate doing part 2s, but make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button on the channel so that you can come back later and see the final 6 hours of this 12-hour challenge. I do feel very accomplished. I will just say that. I don't want it to sound like I feel unaccomplished this week because I didn't get the 12 hours of crocheting done in a week. But we did get a lot of little Mini Mons finished. And of course, I will link those pattern packs below. I think I only used 1 pattern pack yesterday. I think the 3 that I made were from the same pattern pack. But I will link all of the Mini Mon patterns below in the description so you can find them. Like I've said so many times, they are one of my favorite things to make. They're just so freaking cute. They're super quick. As you saw, I got 15 of them done in 6 hours, which is like half an hour or less for each on average. So I'm pretty happy with that. I can't lie, which means we're probably going to get another 15 done in the next part, but we'll have to wait and see because I think I did the 3 easiest patterns in the first half, which is good because I got a lot done. But all of that to say, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this kind of like little crochet challenge, and obviously there will be a part 2 coming up in the near future when I get back in town. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you were working on anything while you were watching this video. Maybe you picked up one of the Mini Mon patterns. Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.
She's used to falling all alone, watching her animated shows. You'll find it